Today we're going to talk about Finn's favorite subject, how to get a heavy boat to the boat launch, kayak carts. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, we cover kayak modifications, spin, and fly fishing. So poke that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. So I'm here with Chris again at Hook, Line, and Paddle, and I'm imposing on him to share his knowledge on how to move a 2,000-pound kayak from your car or truck to the water. And thankfully, there's some good solutions to that he's going to take us through right now. Chris?
All right, Steve. Well, there's a few that we carry. For our larger propel-driven kayaks, whether it be Native or Jackson, people tend to go for the landing gear from Boondocks. They come in two flavors. This is their solid, no flat tire, and they also do a big, heavy beach wheel. So if you're interested in surf launching your kayak, you'd want that larger sand tire. Be easier to ride across the soft sand. These solid ones tend to want to dig into that. The way it works, they native landing gear in the thoughts of a plane. When you're ready to use it, slide out of the aluminum knuckle, put it down, slide it back in. Same on the other side. You're able to grab it from the front handle and pull it along. Once you get it launched in the water, all you're going to do is slide it back up, flip it over, put it back in, and it's stored.
So I've got a comment on this, Chris. You know, I bought these for my Jackson Cruiser, and I made a critical mistake. You know, I live here on the coast, and I should have got the fat tires for the beach, but I didn't think that I would need them because I wasn't going anywhere where there was a lot of sand. But then I discovered that these tires sink into mud too. So if you're rolling across a grassy area to get to the launch, these are going to sink in a little bit, and I wish I had spent the extra money and just got the fat tires. The other thing I've discovered as I've used it is I'll use it to get to the launch, but then I'll just take these out and put them back in my truck. That way they're not in the back, except I leave them in here when I know I'm going someplace at low tide where I may end up having to drag the boat a little bit across the sandbar to get to where I want to go. And again, that's where those fat tires are really, really helpful. So if you have a doubt, there is no doubt, get the fat tires.
Right, and it's the same theory. If you're going to drive your truck on the beach, you air down a little bit for more surface area where you're not digging in, and that's where that tire comes in.
Yep.
Boondocks realized that if we're track mounting stuff, they went ahead and machined up the top of the knuckle, so any kind of rod holder with a T-bolt that's designed to go into a track system, you can put in here. So if you want to track mount them, you don't lose a spot to put a rod holder. They just gave it to you on top of the knuckle. All right. So Wilderness Systems for 2019 came out with two new flavors. This is their standard cart. So again, like Steve said before, those balloon tires for soft areas, their money. This is their version of their no flat solid tire. The cool thing that they did this year was they made it a little more, I wouldn't say generic, but more user-friendly to a lot of different hull types. You have these four wing nuts here, and when they're loose, you're then able to adjust the spread to the width of your kayak. Once you get it set up the way you want it, you just tighten them back down again. No tools needed. They also come with cam buckle straps. So once the kayak's on it, you run the strap around the boat under here to secure it, pick it up by the front handle and go. They also break down. You can take the wheels off. If you do want to take it with you, it does break down fairly simply to store in your kayak. A little bit more effort, but it is doable. And on that same platform, they also came out with a beach version. Beefier tire, again, for going through soft sand. The adjustment of the width of the boat is the same, and the tie down is also going to be the same.
Yeah, and I like this padding on here as well.
Yep. No, it definitely, one, it protects from scratching the boat. Two, it adds a little bit of friction and traction, so it's not going to slide all over the place on there. And once you have those cam straps on and tightened down, when all that grips to the plastic, it's almost bomb-proof for getting into the water.
So Chris, I've seen a lot of options for kayak carts on Amazon, eBay, places like that, that are meant to stick up into scupper holes. Are those good options?
I say no. I know a lot of manufacturers now are not going to honor a hull warranty if it's done by a scupper cart, because you have those two metal posts sticking up, and if you don't set that kayak down right and it comes down at an angle and one of those posts jab and cracks your scupper, that's kind of your fault, not the manufacturer's fault.
Yeah, I've heard that the scupper hole is the hardest part to mold.
It is.
And is the weakest in terms of the hull.
It can be, because of the difficulty of molding it. And again, now you got to think about lifting up a 75-pound sit on top and somehow juggling it with one hand and sliding that cart up underneath it and putting it down, where all you got to do is get the boat on this, tip it up, adjust it, nothing to poke and jab, strap it down and go.
So there you go. Don't buy a cart that goes in a scupper hole, and these are good options.
Yeah, it depends on what you're carrying. There's something for it.
Okay. So if you've got a comment on carts that you like or don't like, throw in the comments. Thanks.